Right now, the frigid temperatures continue across southern Wisconsin when we could see them warm back up.
Also, the city of Sun Prairie takes action after the tragic death of two boys who fell through ice at a retention pond.
And after a tire fire evacuates residents in Beloit, the owner of the business on the property shares his side of the story why the tires were not removed. You're watching News 3 now at 6. And good evening. Thanks for joining us. While it may not feel like it, believe it or not, the weather was actually a little warmer today than the last couple of days.
Temperatures were able to reach double digits this afternoon. However, that's as good as it's going to get for the next few days. For more, let's check the first warn forecast with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti.
Yeah, while not as bitterly cold, it's still very cold out here, and wind chills at night will still be down to around 15 to 20 below zero. As we start out by taking a look at first warn weather alert days, they remain in the forecast through Sunday morning. Early morning wind chills still could be as cold as 10 to 25 degrees below zero. And then we also are looking at the possibility for some snow showers Thursday night. Amounts will be generally pretty light, around an inch, but with temperatures this cold, salt doesn't work, roads will become slippery, and that'll be the case as we head into Friday. This is future track snowfall, and look, about an inch, maybe 2 inches in a few spots down toward the Illinois state line, probably an inch north of Madison, around an inch here in town. Time lapse from the WISC-TV Skycam shows sunshine for much of the day, and then the clouds started to roll in as we headed toward sunset. Now we have just a high, thin overcast clouds. There are some snow flurries across Iowa into parts of northwestern Illinois. Those should stay south of the Wisconsin-Illinois state line. Low temperatures this morning, 1 degree above zero here in Madison. Most areas saw temperatures below zero. High temperatures, a balmy 13 in Madison. Janesville also in the teens. Just about all of southern Wisconsin saw temperatures in the teens. Right now, they're right around 10 or 11 degrees, give or take a degree or two. Here in Dane County, Madison's 11, 12 in Middleton, 11 degrees in Belleville, also 11 in Oregon. But you factor in the winds, this is what it feels like. Wind chills, single digits above and below zero. Those numbers will drop overnight. In fact, I'm looking for mostly cloudy skies this evening. Temperatures holding nearly steady right around where we are now at 11 degrees. But once we start to clear out a little bit later tonight, those temperatures will drop off. Later on, I'll take a look at when we can expect a warm-up in our forecast, and that'll probably occur next week.
After two boys died after falling through ice on a retention pond in Sun Prairie, the city has responded by putting a fence around that pond.
It was an ask of the family, still in grief, hoping this is a step to protect other children in the future. Our Catherine Merck explains how this move could be something other cities consider. Catherine.
Immediately after the deaths of a 6-year-old Antoine and 8-year-old Legend in early January, the family requested action. Now there's been a first step toward protecting others.
Angry, heartbroken, numb, devastated, everything.
When I spoke to the family of the two young boys after they died, they asked the city for a barrier around the pond to keep other children alive.
We need to end this actually today, where they fence every pond in that's at apartment complexes, if it's at a park where kids can have access to, so we never have to go through this again.
That day has come.
It's a 6-foot-tall temporary chain link fence. It was installed around the entire perimeter of the pond.
The director of public services in Sun Prairie tells me that there has been a public meeting talking about expanding safety at other retention ponds like this one.
We heard a lot of requests of things to be done, both permanent type barriers like fencing, as well as education and other community measures. So we're looking into all of those to make our ponds safer in the city.
They responded to the ask pretty quickly.
Looking past Sun Prairie,
none of us want to lose anyone in that way.
A Madison alder with a connection to the family of the two boys says she's in the early processes of suggesting those same kind of measures in other areas.
I think it also serves as a model for how other parts of the county can respond, because the ask is not necessarily a difficult ask.
For this grieving family,
this is the horriblest feeling to have.
These steps would create a barrier beyond just the pond. It could save others from heartbreak.
It's the worst pain I ever felt in my life.
I've been in contact with some of the family members of the two boys ever since they had died. An aunt of one of the two boys told me that the family is grateful the fence is up to, quote, serve and protect other kids from drowning to death.
Catherine, thank you. Madison police are investigating after they say a restaurant on the city's east side was broken into this morning. Officers were called to the 700 block of Cottage Grove Road just after 12:40 a.m. for a burglary alarm. The first officer on scene reported seeing broken glass. The restaurant was cleared, and police said nothing was reported stolen. Anyone with information about this incident is urged to call Madison area Crime Stoppers. Meanwhile, Madison police are also looking for the man who allegedly threatened a woman with a knife and stole her vehicle. Officers were called to a title loan business in the 3000 block of East Washington Avenue just before 1 in the afternoon. An employee says a man entered the building and asked about a loan. While the employee was helping the man, he pulled out a knife and demanded money. The woman was allegedly hit during the robbery and taken to a hospital. Her car was found unoccupied in a parking lot on East Karstens Drive. Anyone with information about that incident is asked to call Madison police.
At the state capitol, lawmakers in the state Senate are approving 2 bills looking to ban naked bike ride events. This after numerous complaints were filed over a 10-year-old Madison girl reportedly participating in one. One bill would prohibit minors from being brought to an event where adult participants intentionally expose their genitals, buttocks, or other intimate parts in a public area. Another proposal would change state law to include intentional exposure of genitals in public from indecent exposure. There would be exceptions, such as when a parent changes a baby's diaper or breastfeeding. Violators could face a fine or 9 months in jail. It is unclear whether Governor Evers will sign the proposals. Tonight on News 3 Now, we are continuing to follow the tire fire that forced residents to evacuate their homes during Friday's winter storm.
And today, our Maddie Heim spoke with the owner of that business who was operating the business at the property.
Francisco Zuniga, owner of Cisco's Auto Service, had just moved his shop here to 1515 Yates Avenue in October, hoping renting out a larger space would help him grow his business. He showed me this video he took when he first moved to the location. He said he filmed it to show friends and family the new facility.
I spent all my savings in there, so...
When a friend called him early Friday morning to tell him about the fire, Zuniga said he met first responders at the scene.
Back, so I figured, man, I hope. I was praying that it, at least something will be able to save.
When he rented the space back in October, he said property owner Dan Langone let him know about the surplus of tires left over from the previous business, but said he was in the process of discarding them. Yesterday, Langone told News 3 Now he was looking to remove the tires after he was sued in 2015 for solid waste violations, but claimed he didn't have the resources to handle such a large removal.
This has been an ongoing problem for the last 5-7 years that I've been trying desperately to get rid of this stuff.
But when he leased the property to Zuniga in 2023, he had yet to take care of the tires that the Department of Natural Resources deemed an environmental hazard 8 years prior. The fire demolished the building as well as all of Zuniga's tools and equipment and 10 cars that belonged to his customers. Now he's interviewing for jobs around town.
Well, I gotta keep going, and I got a family that I need to take care of it. So that's my main concern right now. I gotta take care of my bills at home.
Zuniga doesn't know if he'll be able to recover his auto services, but he hopes to provide for his family however he can moving forward. Reporting in Beloit, I'm Maddie Heimsch, News 3 Now.
Dane County has a new emergency operations center. Back in 2020, the county bought the former Fitchburg Fire Station for $1.8 million. Well, after spending more than $5.5 million to repurpose the building, it is now ready to serve the community. Whether it be incident command training or active shooter response, all of that training can happen at the new center. The county will also be able to store all of its emergency equipment in one spot.
We used to have our equipment in up to 5 places around the county, our command vehicle, our bariatric ambulance, our mass casualty trailers. So now the maintenance of it, the training with that equipment, all of that's going to be that much easier for our partners to be able to come to one location.
Able to seat more than 40 people, the center is ready for any kind of operation with over 30 telephone connections, increased Wi-Fi capacity, and other communication systems. After the break, paper or plastic? Why, it's a phrase you'll no longer hear at one grocery store chain.
Plus, last month's retail numbers are surprising some economists what they're predicting for the year ahead. We're back after this.
Watching News 3 Now at 6. Brought to you by Gruber Law Offices.
At Gruber Law Offices, we know how to win. Real cases, real results. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Hurry in today and save big money at Menards. Don't wait to save big on appliances. Upgrade your home with quality appliances from Criterion, KitchenAid, Maytag, Whirlpool, and Amana. Menards has the largest in-stock appliance selection ready to take home today. Get this Maytag kitchen suite right now and save over $2,000 when you buy. Hurry in now and don't miss out on big savings.
Save big money at Menards.
I've always been a storyteller. I capture those beautiful moments, things other people miss. My health took an unexpected turn, but my care team put my needs in focus, designing solutions to support my ambitions. Now that's just a footnote in my journey, a small part of a story that's still being written. UW Health, remarkable.
To everyone who appreciates a handcrafted meal, are you ready for a taste of Wisconsin?
Butterburger's cooked fresh, just the way you like.
The way you love.
Definitely love. And our thick and creamy frozen custard, we make it for you
all throughout the day. All day.
All day, every day.
Put it in the extra work and not cutting corners.
Takes a little longer.
But it's how we've always done it at Culver's. Because making your meal with care shows how much we care.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Start your new day with the News 3 Now This Morning team, bringing you local breaking news, exploring all that makes our area special, and letting you know what to expect when you head out the door. The Emmy Award-winning News 3 Now This Morning, weekdays.
You are watching News 3 Now at 6.
It appears Americans are shopping. According to the Commerce Department, retail spending rose 0.6% in December from the prior month. That is well above economists' expectations. The data was adjusted with seasonal swings, but not inflation. American shoppers could continue to drive growth in 2024, but economists expect it to be at a slower pace compared to last year. Aldi customers will no longer be able to purchase plastic bags. The discount grocery retailer has eliminated plastic shopping bags from all 2,300 U.S. stores. The retailer aims to promote sustainability by reducing the use of plastic bags and encourage customers to bring their own reusable bags. Aldi CEO says the company became the first major retailer in the U.S. to eliminate bags at all of its stores. Customers who forget their bags can buy cloth bags at the store.
Kraft is trying to spice up your sandwiches with some different flavors of singles cheese slices. Starting this month, the company is selling 3 new singles: jalapeno, garlic and herb, and caramelized onion. The cheese will be sold as a pack of 16 slices at stores nationwide. Kraft has introduced new flavors since sharp cheddar and pepper jack nearly 10 years ago. Still ahead, why those humorous messages you see on highway traffic signs will soon become a thing of the past.
Plus, the need for blood is greater than ever in Wisconsin. How Mother Nature is partially to blame for the low supply.
And is there a chance we can see some snow tomorrow? Gary's complete forecast when we come back.
Baby, it's cold outside, but this house is gonna be nice and comfortable when we're done with it. Hi, Andrew Larson here from Larson Home Services and Dr. Energy Saver. Do you have enough insulation? Is your home cold and drafty? Does your furnace run nonstop? If it does, give us a call. We're not just an insulation company, we are the experts from the attic up. Call now and get 24% off installation labor and a free upgrade to R60. Be part of the Larson experience.
Are record energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? With inflation rising at record levels and incomes not keeping pace, you might be one of tens of thousands of Wisconsin residents who are struggling to survive in the blistering heat of summer or the bitter cold of winter. While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today and call 1-800-506-5596. That's 800-506-5596. Or visit www.kwwf.org.
Save big this Friday through Sunday at Hy-Vee. Pepsi products, 6-pack mini cans or bottles, just $2.99 each when you buy 4. Jack's Pizza is just $2.48. Get General Mills cereal like Cheerios for just $1.99. Tostitos, just $2.99. Hy-Vee bacon is just $2.99. And Prego Italian sauce is only $1.48. Get these great deals and more Friday through Sunday, only at Hy-Vee.
Did you know that 53% of your home's heat is lost through the walls and attic? That's why your house is so cold every winter. USA Premium Foam Insulation in your walls keeps the cold air out and your warm air in. Our foam is up to 35% more efficient than traditional insulation, and it gets into places other insulations can't. We've made over 100,000 homes more comfortable. Stop freezing and start saving with USA Insulation.
USA Insulation.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
First a snowstorm and now frigid temperatures. Our recent winter weather is certainly being felt.
Our Kyle Pozorski shares how blood centers are really feeling the weather, resulting in a huge shortage of blood. Kyle?
Today I spoke with a representative from Impact Life. They're a nonprofit blood donation center. They tell me multiple contributing factors have led up to the current shortfall of blood donations, asking those who can to step up.
We have had some serious storms. You know, this one is in the bigger category, certainly.
Kirby Wynn of Impact Life says while a winter storm or two is nothing out of the norm, it's the timing which has caused the shortage of blood.
We always expect some snow and cold, but this has been to a degree where unfortunately we have had to cancel numerous blood drives. I mean, dozens of blood drives across our service region.
Roughly between December 20th and January 2nd, blood centers nationally see a sort of holiday low. Now 2 weeks on and 2 winter storms later, some shelves at Impact Life are becoming empty as seen by photos and videos shared by Wynn.
Even as we faced challenges with weather, the use of blood at hospitals hasn't stopped.
Wynn tells me that over the past week, they've seen close to 1,000 donations lost to the cold by people not showing up.
We strive to collect 3,500 or more donations every week, so 1,000 is getting to be nearly a third of collections just lost entirely to weather.
So now they're looking for people across southern Wisconsin to step up, something he knows will happen.
I think blood donors really understand that as soon as they're able to donate, they're back with us.
If you're one of those who like to help out, there is good news. Impact Life is set to host a drive in Madison at SSM House St. Mary's Hospital this Friday from 10:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m.
Kyle, thank you. The coldest days, we hope, are behind us. Temperatures will still be chilly, though, for the rest of the week.
Yeah, it's a degree of magnitude, I suppose. They're still going to be well below normal through the end of the week, but at least not quite as bitterly cold as we've seen in the last couple of nights. But a lot of that just has to do with that thick snow cover that we have from those 2 winter storms Kyle was talking about last week. Basically from around eastern Iowa through southwestern Wisconsin, over a foot of snow on the ground. Much less snow up to the north and west across parts of eastern Minnesota and northwestern Wisconsin. But 3 things you need to know in the forecast. The bitterly cold weather will continue through Sunday morning. We're still looking at wind chills overnight down to anywhere from 15 to 25 degrees below zero. We'll also see some snow late Thursday afternoon and Thursday night. Now, minor accumulations, not a big deal usually, but when temperatures are really cold, salt doesn't work. The roads already are slippery, so you add some light snow on top of the icing conditions. That even hides, the ruts where you try to drive around the ice. That can make for very slippery travel by Friday morning. And then as we head into next week, we'll start to melt some of that snow as temperatures get above freezing. It won't be a rapid warm up because of having that thick snow cover. We'll see some rain showers in there, but we also could see a mix of precipitation at night and in the early morning hours, and temperatures are closer to the freezing mark. But it's going to be a while before we get there. We still have first warned weather alert days in the forecast through Sunday morning. Wind chills, again, 10 to 25 below zero during the early morning hours, and those snow showers Thursday night, bringing some minor accumulations. Some light snow and flurries across Iowa tonight will pass into northern Illinois. 6-hour future track radar shows most of the snow staying south of the Wisconsin-Illinois state line. But Taking a look at future track beginning around noon on Thursday, we'll see temperatures getting up into the middle teens for high temperatures tomorrow, but we'll also see some snow showers coming in from the west. Might be a little more widespread than what future track is showing here, and that's just because of the fact that the temperatures are very cold. Models don't have as good of a feel for trying to predict how widespread the snow is, but temperatures will stay in the teens and then drop into the single digits and eventually down close to zero by early on Friday morning. However, you factor in the wind chills, it'll feel a lot colder than that. The snowfall amounts generally will be pretty light, somewhere around an inch or so, maybe a couple of inches down toward the Wisconsin-Illinois state line, but still, that's going to be enough to make roads pretty slippery. Planning your night, temperatures in the teens, lower teens through at least the first part of the overnight hours, but as we start to see some breaks in the clouds, temperatures start to drop off overnight, and by early tomorrow morning, we're down to just above zero with those wind chills down perhaps as cold as 10 to 15 below zero. Wind chills hovering around zero for much of the evening hours while temperatures are in the teens, but as those temperatures drop overnight, we'll see those wind chills drop below zero. And again, a few places could drop close to 15 below zero by early tomorrow morning. Planning your night across Dane County, low of 5 in Belleville, 1 in Sun Prairie, 3 in Deerfield with mostly cloudy skies, and across the rest of southern Wisconsin, Janesville only dropping to 7, clouds a little bit thicker there. Camp Douglas down to 1. 2 for the low in Wautoma and 2 in Baraboo. Here in Madison for tomorrow, look for a high temperature of 14 degrees with mostly cloudy skies, so still very cold, but we'll see those snow showers develop west and southwest of Madison late in the day. And again, maybe an inch or two down toward the Illinois state line. Madison around an inch north of Madison, probably less than that. First one, 7 to 10 day forecast. Bitterly cold through Sunday morning, even Sunday afternoon, only 17 for a high, but then we're seeing temperatures at or above freezing through most of next week. We'll see some rain showers begin at night. Into the early morning hours, there could be a mix of precipitation, maybe even a little light freezing rain on late Monday afternoon and Monday night.
All right, Gary, thank you. With these cold temps sticking around a bit, the risk for frostbite and hypothermia are sticking around as well. For the average adult, frostbite can begin to set in about 10 to 15 minutes when outside in these really chilly temperatures. But for kids, it can be a lot faster. Due to their size, they don't have as good a circulation as adults, but their risk for frostbite and hypothermia can be reduced with simple shorter stints outside and, of course, proper clothing.
All about limiting skin exposure and limiting time exposed. So the important things that you want to do is make sure that everything is covered, meaning gloves, hat, scarf, making sure that you have clothing that is appropriate and warm.
Dr. Flint also recommends strong lotions, face creams, and Vaseline to protect their skin.
We'll say goodbye to those humorous messages you've been seeing on electronic highway signs. The U.S. Federal Highway Administration is getting rid of them in 2026. They are giving states 2 years now to implement all the changes outlined in its new manual released last month. The agency says signs should only be used for important information such as warning drivers of crashes ahead, adverse weather conditions, and traffic delays.
And still to come in sports, can you imagine getting your car stuck in the snow and Jordan Love walking up to help you get out? Well, we've got that story for you next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Find inspiration at the Build and Remodel Expo, sponsored by James Hardy. Meet local experts showcasing the latest innovations in home building and remodeling. Visit buildremodelexpo.com for details.
Family-owned Brothers Maine knows choosing appliances for a remodel or new build can be exciting and overwhelming. Our experienced staff has experienced it all as we've guided thousands of area families through appliance selection. Brothers Maine has a larger inventory and low-price deals that consistently beat competitors, including Big Box. You heard me, Big Box can't beat our prices. From sales to install, Brothers Maine does it all. Feel great about your purchases and feel like family at Brothers Maine.
The voice of American music, Willie Nelson and Family. Friday, May 17th at Breeze Stevens Field. New album, The Willie Nelson Family, out now. Tickets on sale Friday, January 19th, 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com. Don't miss Willie Nelson and Family, live. Produced by FPC Live.
Soxbury Healthcare is here to help. To help with your shoulder pain,
your knee injury,
that hip that bothers you,
with your foot or ankle pain.
We focus on quality.
We focus on results.
And take time to listen.
So that your care is the best care for you.
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 You. For you. We're here for you.
Sauk Prairie Healthcare Orthopedics. Listening, healing, caring. It's in our nature.
Only at Vanguard, you're more than just an investor, you're an owner. That means your priorities are ours, too. Our retirement tools and advice can help you leave a legacy for the ones you love. That's the value of ownership.
Winter in Wisconsin means snow, blustering winds, and sub-zero temperatures. Will your insulation keep your home warm? Fry Construction can help. We're your roofing and insulation pros. We'll find cracks and air paths in your insulation that are letting in the icy cold and hindering your comfort. With our thermal imaging and our cutting-edge insulation techniques, your home will be warm and energy efficient for years to come. Visit fryconstruction.com today for your free thermal imaging consultation and save 24% on select insulation services.
To no one's surprise, Steve Stricker was named the PGA Champion Tour's Player of the Year today. Strick shot a 67.54 average this year, setting a new Champions Tour record. Edgerton's own won 6 of his 16 events in 2023. That included 3 majors, which tied a career best, while hauling in $4 million in winnings, which also set a new tour record. Many NFL franchises have lived in quarterback purgatory for years, but the Packers fans, they only lived in it about 6 months. From the time Aaron Rodgers was traded through Week 11, it was hard to proclaim Jordan Love as the new future of the franchise. But he's played like an MVP since then, and this weekend, he posted the 3rd best QBR in playoff history while crushing the Cowboys, and the whole world realized what Packer fans, they already knew. It's time to anoint Love as Air Jordan.
I'll tell you what, the guy made some massive plays in that game that kind of go off script, so to speak, and to me, that's where you see so much value in him. There were so many great plays.
I mean, I always thought and believed and knew that he was going to be a good quarterback. I mean, I don't think anyone could have foreseen the type of games that he's been throwing together.
And as if you needed more to love, the Southern Cali native may be returning home this weekend, but he knows his snow. This tweet went viral last week when Jordan Love helped a young girl in Green Bay get out of the snow.
You know, I was leaving, I was in a parking lot, and I saw her trying to back out, tires just spinning. And I just asked if, you know, she wanted me to help try and push real quick and see if we can get it moved. And I tried, it was unsuccessful, but, you know, she said somebody was coming with the shovel to help.
And that was the only big play Love couldn't make this past weekend. In other news, Wisconsin Wrestling opens Big Ten play this weekend when they host number 7 Ohio State. The 22nd ranked Badgers are winners of 5 straight and are hot at the right time. Chris Bono says the progression that this group has made since November is one of the biggest leaps of any teams he's coached.
It's going to be a very tough challenge, but if you're going to upset somebody, it's going to be in your house, and our guys don't see numbers or anything like that in front of names or teams. They're going to be there. They're going to be fighting, and you know, we need a couple of our young guys to step up and upset some guys for us to have a chance to win this dual meet.
And the Bucks will play the Cavs tonight without Giannis.
Okay, all right, quick final check, Gary.
Bitterly cold out there. Temperatures right now around 11 degrees, but wind chills make it feel about 10 degrees colder.
Well, thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
Stay warm, and we'll see you back here at 10.